So the crisis for the Rajasthan government, it seems, is deepening. But in the middle of all this, sources say that Sachin Pilot has spoken to the senior Congress leader, P Chidambaram. For more on this, I'm joined by Sanket Upadhyay. Sanket, what are you hearing?
Well, Anjali, yes, a conversation between Sachin Pilot and former finance minister and senior Congress leader P Chidambaram has now been confirmed. In fact, it's been confirmed by Mr. Chidambaram himself. It is given to believe that Pilot called Chidambaram yesterday afternoon. The conversation went on for a couple of minutes where Mr. Chidambaram is reported to have told Sachin Pilot to seize the opportunity, the fact that the Congress party wants him back into the fold, make amends and then come back. Now, it'll be interesting to see that what this actually means and what exactly was the timing of this phone call, because a lot of water has flown under the bridge since then. We've seen that both these camps have moved court, both these camps have hardened their positions, and in the meanwhile, these back-channel talks also continue. So the exact sequence of events is going to be very, very interesting. Is this an attempt by Sachin Pilot to keep that door ajar and to perhaps keep that little window of opportunity to return? As many people were concluding that perhaps this could be a point of no return for Sachin Pilot, many of these conversations now that are now coming to light just show that he's just keeping that little window open. So he's being advised by senior leaders, whether it is off record, on television channels or in private conversations. Every senior Congress leader seems to be telling Sachin Pilot to not make the mistake and come back and join the party fold again. It'll be very interesting to see the outcome of what happens in court today and eventually what Sachin Pilot decides. Right.
Also, if you look at it, someone like P Chidambaram is probably, a long-time colleague of his father and then his own as well. So it's not surprising that he would be calling him. He would have a personal relationship also with him. So calling him, seeking advice, that sort of shows that Sachin Pilot still, sort of depends on those old friends of his for guidance maybe.
Absolutely, absolutely. See, the point is Sachin Pilot, as of this moment, even now in the midst of this political crisis, is trying to use political goodwill that was earned collectively by his father as well as him. Now, to what end one can argue, because the manner in which this script has played out, the manner in which both these camps have started speaking against one another, the manner in which they've reached a court. I mean, if Congress fights Congress out in court, then precious little is left. So that, given that context, I think this conversation is very important, because each such conversation would perhaps give Sachin Pilot the feeling that he has left the door ajar, and would perhaps also show the Congress party as the magnanimous one here, that they're still willing to talk, willing to negotiate with a person who allegedly conspired to bring their government down. How is this going to play out will be very interesting. However, the advice from the seniors from the Congress remains the same: seize the opportunity and come back.